From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. A new report says the gap between average worker wages and Canada's top-paid CEOs widened to a record in 2024. The Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives report says the top 100 paid executives earned 248 times more than the average worker in Canada, surpassing the previous record that was in 2022. CCPA senior economist David McDonald says the widening inequality shows they could pay a little more tax.
I think a wealth tax or a millionaire's tax is a way to have folks that have far more money than they need help to provide the basic services that everybody else needs.
According to his calculations, the average pay for the top 100 CEOs works out to $7,800 an hour in 2024, allowing them to make the annual pay of the average worker by 9:23 a.m. today. An Indigenous chief in northern Manitoba is calling on the Prime Minister to send in the military to deal with a crisis caused by a prolonged power outage.
The chief of Pimicikamak Cree Nation has written a letter to Mark Carney as the community has been without power since late Sunday when a line crossing the Nelson River snapped. Chief David Monius says water tanks have frozen, sewage systems are failing, and the community has run out of potable water. Monius says once power is restored, widespread burst pipes and flooding are anticipated, displacing more families. Despite the involvement of Indigenous Services Canada and the Canadian Red Cross, Monius says the scale and severity of the crisis exceeds local and regional capacity. Naira Ahmed, The Canadian Press.
Officials in Calgary say it's not clear yet why a major water main broke on December 30th, but are urging Calgarians to reduce their water consumption by taking shorter showers and running dishwashers and washing machines only when they're full. Chris Huston, Calgary's manager for drinking water distribution, says current water demand is unsustainable.
Right now, we're currently in that red zone, which is unsustainable. Where we want to get to is that 485 million liters of demand. We need to get below that and stay below that line for the next several weeks.
The Bear Spa water main also broke on June 5th, 2024, and Calgary Mayor Jeremy Farkas says the line needs to be replaced as quickly as possible. And in entertainment, Bad Bunny has redefined global pop stardom and could make history at the 2026 Grammy Awards. The Puerto Rican artist, born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, is nominated for 6 awards and is the first Spanish-language performer up for Album, Song, and Record of the Year at the same time. Experts say the nominations are a symbolic milestone for Latinos, regardless of whether he wins. They cite his 2025 album, which transformed traditional Puerto Rican sounds into worldwide hits during a tense political moment. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canada is set to meet Slovakia in the quarterfinals at the World Junior Hockey Championship tonight. Slovak head coach Peter Fruhoff says his underdog roster will be up for the challenge.
We were facing a great team with a huge talent. It's going to be hard, but on the way here, we became a family, so boys would die for each other, and I think it's a huge thing. It's not ordinary.
Canada has been eliminated at the quarterfinal stage of the tournament the last 2 years after capturing the country's 20th gold medal in Halifax in 2023. The Vancouver Canucks host the Seattle Kraken tonight in NHL action. The Canucks are coming off a 6-3 loss to Philadelphia on Tuesday and are 6 points back of Seattle for 7th in the Pacific Division. Elsewhere, Vegas visits St. Louis, the New York Rangers play the Florida Panthers in Miami for the NHL Winter Classic, and Anaheim hosts Minnesota. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder visit the Golden State Warriors in NBA action. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.